10 Greatest NBA Players Who Have Never Won a Championship, Ranked.
Winning an NBA championship takes more than just one player.
An individual can go their whole career without winning due to poor play, an underperforming supporting cast, or just bad luck.
There are a mixture of reasons why the players listed below don't have a ring, but their contributions to the game of basketball cannot go unnoticed.
Let's look at the 10 greatest NBA players to never win a championship. 10. George Gervin. George Gervin was one of the great players in his generation but couldn't get any success in the playoffs.
The Iceman was good enough to lead his San Antonio Spurs teams to the playoffs, but the team failed to show up when it mattered most. Gervin was a 12-time All-Star, 7-time All-NBA, and a 4-time scoring champion.
He averaged 27.0 points, 5.8 rebounds, and 3.2 assists per game.
His teams made the playoffs 9 times in his career and only made it past the first round 3 times.
He never played in the conference finals.
Albeit in a short sample size due to them getting eliminated early, Gervin led the playoffs in scoring average for 5 straight years with the Spurs, so it wasn't his performance that was causing the lack of success.
9. Chris Paul. Chris Paul is the one active player on this list.
There is still hope that Paul will win one before he retires. His career is cutting short, and he has made his last big move by joining the Golden State Warriors. Paul might be a couple of years too late in joining the Warriors dynasty, but the team could have a shot at winning one more. Paul is a 12-time All-Star, 11-time All-NBA, and 9-time All-Defensive player. His best chance at an NBA title came in 2021 when the Phoenix Suns made the finals against the Milwaukee Bucks. Phoenix took a 2-0 series lead on the strength of Paul and Devin Booker's clutch play, but the team fell apart and lost 4 straight to give Giannis Antetokounmpo his first NBA championship. Paul's inability to win a championship has made him the brunt of jokes in NBA circles, but it shouldn't take away how great of a player he continues to be.
8. Steve Nash. Steve Nash is one of the greatest point guards to ever play the game.
He won back-to-back MVPs with the Phoenix Suns and made many trips to the Western Conference Finals. The Suns were title favorites every season, and experts said that this would finally be their year. However, the Suns not only never made it over the hump to win an NBA title, they didn't get past the Western Conference Finals. Nash was an 8-time All-Star, 7-time All-NBA, 5-time leader in steals, and earned a spot on the NBA's 75th anniversary team. Nash took one more shot at winning a ring when he formed a super team with the Los Angeles Lakers, joining forces with Kobe Bryant, Pau Gasol, and Dwight Howard. The group failed to make it past the opening round of the playoffs.
7. Patrick Ewing.
Patrick Ewing is one of the most accomplished players who is forgotten because he played in the 1990s.
Ewing was an 11-time All-Star, 7-time All-NBA, and 3-time All-Defensive. He averaged 22.8 points, 10.4 rebounds, and 2.7 blocks per game as a member of the Knicks, and the team was always in the heat of the race. However, they couldn't figure out how to stop Michael Jordan from getting their number in the Garden. Coming second to Jordan isn't the worst accomplishment, but for Ewing, the lack of a ring in his trophy case will always sting.
He lost in the finals in 1994 to the Houston Rockets when Jordan left to play baseball, finally getting his chance but coming up short.
6. Dikembe Mutombo. They say defense wins championships, but Dikembe Mutombo would have to disagree.
Mutombo was one of the greatest defensive players, known for his trademark block and finger wag at the rim. Despite his defensive prowess and lack of offensive numbers, Mutombo was recognized as an All-Star 8 times. He was also a 3-time All-NBA, 6-time All-Defensive Team, and a 4-time Defensive Player of the Year. In the twilight of his career, Mutombo made it to 2 NBA Finals but lost both, in 5 games to the Lakers in 2001 and then to the Spurs in 2003.
5. John Stockton. John Stockton is one of the greatest players without an MVP award. He wasn't recognized enough because he played in an era with players like Jordan and teammate Karl Malone.
His reason for not winning a championship was much of the same. The Utah Jazz, led by Stockton and Malone, were a force throughout their tenures in the Western Conference. However, the 2 times they made the NBA Finals ended in losses at the hands of the Chicago Bulls with Jordan and Scottie Pippen.
Stockton was a 10-time All-Star and 11-time All-NBA, including 5 times an All-Defensive nominee. 4. Karl Malone.
Stockton's running mate in Utah was there for the heartbreaking losses to the Bulls in the finals.
Karl Malone always overshadowed Stockton in Utah because he was the scorer.
Malone averaged 25.4 points, 10.2 rebounds, and 3.5 assists per game during 18 seasons with the team. He was a 14-time All-Star and All-NBA, 2-time MVP, and 4-time All-Defensive Team.
Malone left his home of 18 years to chase one more ring with the Lakers in 2004.
The Lakers had a strong team and looked on their way to a title when the Detroit Pistons upset everyone in the Eastern Conference. The defensive-minded Pistons came into the finals and made one more upset, sending Malone into retirement without a ring.
3. Allen Iverson.
One of the most exciting players of his era, Allen Iverson, did everything except win a championship.
He was an 11-time All-Star and 7-time All-NBA.
He won the scoring title 4 times, averaging over 30 points per game in 5 of his 17 seasons. Iverson was as cerebral on the defensive end, leading the league in steals in 3 seasons as well. Iverson's problem was never his production but rather the 76ers' inability to surround him with talent.
He put the team on his back during the 2000-2001 season, winning MVP and leading the team to the NBA Finals.
Unfortunately, the team came up against Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, Phil Jackson, and the Lakers, one of the greatest NBA teams of all time. The Sixers lost handily in 5 games. Iverson was recognized with a Hall of Fame induction and a spot on the NBA's 75th anniversary team.
2. Charles Barkley.
The outspoken Charles Barkley will never live down the fact that he didn't win a championship.
You may have heard TNT co-host Shaquille O'Neal mention it numerous times on the broadcast.
Barkley was an 11-time All-Star and All-NBA and a member of the Hall of Fame and the NBA's 75th anniversary team.
Barkley earned 1 MVP during his career, a feat that wasn't easy as he played in the Michael Jordan era when there were a lot of contenders for the award like Iverson. Barkley's best opportunity to win his first ring was in his MVP season when he lost the finals in 6 games to the Chicago Bulls. Unfortunately for Barkley, the spiteful Jordan made it a personal vendetta to beat Barkley since he had taken the MVP away from him. 1. Elgin Baylor. How bad would it be to make the NBA Finals 8 times and have no victories? Ask Elgin Baylor, as the 11-time All-Star was winless in 8 trips to the championship series.
The first 6 times, he lost to the Bill Russell-led Boston Celtics. An injury made him retire 8 games into the 1971-72 season.
Then the Lakers began an NBA record 33-game win streak. To add insult to injury, the Lakers finally won the championship in the same season.
The organization gave Baylor a ring for his contributions, but it couldn't have made him feel any better. Baylor's accomplishments shouldn't be diminished, as he was an 11-time All-Star, 10-time All-NBA, and was named to the NBA's 75th anniversary team. Thanks for watching the video. Hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next video.